is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going to check out the video. What's good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm coming with a hot topic today. Everybody talking about the Philadelphia 76ers. Obviously, they went against the Boston Celtics, got beat up, toe up, and they lost in an embarrassing fashion. Yes, I'm happy because I am a Celtics fan, but at the same time, I wanted to give you guys some different perspectives on this Philadelphia team because they are different. They have some new pieces. They lost some old pieces. And they have another year together to build and grow what they did yet last year, which was win 50-plus games and get the third seed and even get out of the first round. Some people thought they wouldn't make the playoffs. Some people thought they wouldn't be that good. Some people even thought they couldn't be healthy. Markelle Fultz missed majority of the season. Ben Simmons missed the whole year. Joel Embiid missed several games. He missed over 100-plus games in his career. He only been in the league for 3 years. So it was a lot of negative things going around about the Philadelphia 76ers the last couple of years, even them tanking to get to where they at now. Now it's about judging them in the present right now and how their future going to look throughout this season. And I think one of the major additions they made was getting a #1 pick last year. They traded up to get Markelle Fultz. They really thought he was great. Everybody thought he was great because he was a unanimous #1 pick throughout the whole season, and when he took over in the game 2 years ago, which catapulted him into the #1 pick. Yeah, he never carried the team to the NCAA tournament. They never won that many games, but he still looked very good, very dominant, and very confident in college, and he was able to hold his spot over players like Jason Tatum and others throughout that draft, including point guards like Dennis Smith Jr., De'Aaron Fox. And he was able to hold that #1 position throughout the whole year of college and ended up being the #1 pick by the Philadelphia 76ers. And the reason why I say it like that is because it's not a coincidence if you was able to play like that in high school, even in games like the Jordan, the McDonald games, and show out and get that #1 pick spot. And be able to hold it and actually become the pick. Somebody has to see some talent in you. Somebody has to like you. Somebody is a unanimous decision. And for him to actually become the #1 pick, and the fact that Philly already has Ben Simmons and Embiid already on the roster, and they feel like they can trade up and even get somebody that can help them in the future, shows you why they had Markelle Fultz starting over JJ Redick. Now I like JJ Redick. He can score. He's a great shooter. He can play with or without the ball. He's not a great shot creator or ball handler, but he's decent and he can space out the floor, and he's like a perfect fit alongside Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. But the reason why I don't want you guys to really crucify or really make a big deal out of Markelle Fultz is that he's young, but he hasn't really played with this team that much. He didn't play one game in the playoffs. So that hurted him, not getting that playoff experience and not really being in those big moments with the team that he's on now. And remember, he only played a couple games last year. Yes, he did look decent, but he didn't play with Embiid. Embiid was injured during the time he came back. Plus, he never started like he is now. Now, you also got to factor in that he played a couple preseason games. He looked decent in preseason. He looked like he knew what he was doing. But at the same time, this is a different animal, which is the regular season and the playoffs. So I just wanted to say, yeah, I am a Markelle Fultz believer. I did think Markelle Fultz should have been the #1 pick, and I still do stand by that to this day. Just because he had one bad year doesn't mean that his career is over. Just because he had one bad year doesn't mean he didn't deserve that #1 spot. Injuries are a part of the game. Everybody's going to get injured. Everybody's going to have some type of controversy. It's how you handle it. It's how you come back from it. And it's how you, at the end of the day, play the game of basketball. And I think as far as Markelle Fultz go, if he can continue to stay positive, stay confident, put the work in, I don't see why he can't live up to that #1 pick. Now, he might not have to do as much on this roster because they have Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, Dario Saric, and other great players on this team. This is a stacked team. Talent-wise, and they're all young. They all want their numbers. They all want their contracts to be max. They all want to show that they can be the best player that they can be. So he's competing against his own teammates for numbers. So I don't really expect Markelle Fultz to give you 20, 25 points like you think a number one pick should because of the team that he went to as that number one pick. Now, if he would have went to a worse team, I can see why. But even if he would have went to Boston, is he really going to start over Kyrie? Is he really going to start over Jaylen Brown? Is he really going to start over Gordon Hayward? No. So even if he would have went to the Celtics with that number one pick, he would still be in a situation where they didn't need him as much. Jason Tatum only averaged 13 points a game last year. And yes, he did show out in the playoffs, but they had no Gordon Hayward. They had no Kyrie Irving. They needed somebody to score the ball. They needed somebody to put the ball in the basket. And Jason Tatum played decently. He had his bad games. He had his great games. He had his dominant games. But he also did struggle a little bit. And Jaylen Brown stepped up a lot of games too. And so did Terry Rozier. It wasn't like it was just Jason Tatum going for 30, 35 points every game. He had help. And they had a lot of players step up, and Al Horford even played well and stepped up defensively to slow down people like Embiid. So it wasn't just Jason Tatum going on the onslaught. Yes, he had a great postseason, but it wasn't like the best postseason ever for a rookie. Yeah, he was good. Yeah, he proved a lot of people wrong. Yeah, he was prepared and ready, but he did hit the rookie wall. He did only average 13 points a game, so let's not forget that. Yeah, he came out, was efficient this game. Yeah, he was dominant this game, but I like him. I like Jason Tatum. I like his confidence. I like that he can play on and off the ball, and I like the fact that he can score in isolation. But you can say the same thing about Markelle Fultz. He can score from the pick and roll. He can score in the paint. He has floaters. He has pull-ups. He's still learning that jump shot because he had his arm hurt. He's still getting more familiar with that. He's still getting more comfortable with his release, and eventually he should be a decent three-point shooter as his career goes on. And he's a decent ball handler. Ability to handle the ball at his size. He's strong enough to finish in the paint, and he has a good IQ, and that's why he's the number one pick in that draft. But when it comes to upside, I think that Markelle Fultz, as he learns his teammates, as he gets more familiar with them, as he learns what they want him to be in this rotation, what do they want him to do? Do they want him to handle the ball more? Do they want him to be more aggressive? Do they want him just to be a playmaker? Because Dario Saric did the same thing. He was a perfect role player for this team last year, and when they needed him to step up, he did. And other than that, he was a solid player all season. But they didn't need him to do that much because they had Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. And when they went down, Dario Saric stepped up and put up more points and averaged 20 points even in the playoffs. He was able to get a couple 20-point games last playoffs when Joel Embiid wasn't healthy. So it's all about your role. It's all about how the coach is utilizing you. It's all about what you're doing on the court. So I'm not making excuses for Markelle Fultz. I'm just saying pump the brakes. He only played 14 games last year. He did not play in the playoffs. His team, they still won 50 games. They still got out of the first round. So this team is proven without him. They didn't really need Markelle Fultz that bad. It's great to have a player like him, especially because he's a player that you do need because he is a handball shot creator and a playmaker. And that's something that gives you more versatility and diversity having him in that lineup other than J.J. Redick. But he does need to continue to work on that jump shot. He does need to continue to work on his spot up three. I think they need to continue to let him know that he's needed, that he's wanted. And if they really want to get far in the playoffs, they're going to need him to play better. And if he can continue to have that mentality going into the gym, putting in the work, getting more confidence in his jump shot, getting more familiar and better chemistry with his teammates, he should be fine. I just feel like he has a lot of pressure because he was that number one pick. And right now, other rookies of that draft class have been playing a lot better than he has. And now he's getting a lot of flack for that, but you gotta be realistic and you gotta look at it from his perspective too before you judge him. They always say you gotta walk in somebody's shoes before you can understand them. So I did play basketball before. I do understand trying to learn, dealing with the pressure, and also going out there and performing. So it's one thing to make excuses for him, but he still has to go out there and do his part, which is play the game of basketball and do it at a high level, because that's what they expect, because you are a number one pick, and that's what comes with the territory. So as for the Sixers fans, I think that, yeah, he didn't play that well. Yeah, he doesn't look like a franchise guy right now, but this is only year two, and he only played 14 games anyway last year. He didn't really play that many. So at the end of the day, give a break, relax. You still got 81 games to go. Even if this team does make the playoffs, he still has chances to prove it then. Don't give up on him just yet. Don't blow it out of proportion. There's only one game, and there's a lot of players on this roster, even JJ Redick, that didn't even play well yesterday. So at the end of the day, it's not over. His career is not over. He's not a bust just yet, because he still has a long way to go, and he still is only 20 years old. So let's be realistic. Let's give him a break. Let's stop overreacting, and it's only one game of the season. So let's be real. He had a triple double last year, and everybody was going crazy. Soon as he didn't play in the playoff, everybody turned against him. Yes, you have to blame the media. Yes, you have to blame the fans for wanting things right away and expecting things right away. But like I said before, it was a lot of great rookies, and even if you really think about it, at the end of the day, Jason Tatum wasn't even second in the Rookie of the Year vote. It was Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell averaged 20 points a game, even though he did lose ultimately to Ben Simmons. The second runner-up was Donovan Mitchell, not Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum got a lot of hype because of the playoffs, but we still had to pump the brakes on him too, because Donovan Mitchell finished second in that draft class, not Jason Tatum or Markelle Fultz. So let's pump the brakes. Check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description in the comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description, comment section below. Like on Facebook to show support. Also, check out my Spreadshirt. There you can find hoodies, t-shirts, and sweaters, and other accessories like phone cases, pillowcases, or even a water bottle. If you're interested in buying or checking out any of the products, it's completely free. If you want to buy something, thanks for the support. Thanks for watching all the videos that I make, for being loyal and consistent fans, and also thanks for binge watching all the videos. If you checked out my channel, you want to watch and see how great my content is, or you like the first video and you want to check out some more, I have many playlists on my channel, so you can catch up and listen and watch a lot of videos. And also check out my season preview for the awards, predictions, and also the playoff predictions, and even the top 10 players and top 5 players at their position. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm gone. And let me know, do you think Markelle Fultz is a bust? Is he overrated, underrated? Do you think people need to watch out and take some time and look at it from his perspective, and let him grow and let him learn his role, let them build the chemistry, and allow him to mature and allow him to play his game and give him a chance? This is his first year starting. This is the first time he's getting major minutes, and they only utilizing him when they really need him. He's not the focal point of the offense. He's not the best player on his team. And remember that at the end of the day, he's only a 20-year-old kid. This is his first year really starting at the beginning of the season. So let's pump the brakes on him. And he has a chance to be most improved player if he really does play like he played a little bit in preseason. He is going to have an argument for that. So we'll see. We'll see. But at the end of the day, let me know what you guys think about Markelle Fultz and the rookies of last year, and who you think going to be the best rookie too out of that class. That's going to be interesting. But let me know in the comment section below. I'm going.